Booze. Hey, welcome to the Den of a Dream podcast with your host, Hanna Nuss. It's just a great day to be alive, to be walking and breathing and moving through this world. And wow, there is a whole heap of change coming at us. The world is an amazing place. And I know this because yesterday, okay, if you follow me anywhere, you know how obsessed I am with mystery mail, and which is just like packages coming out of nowhere, which is not something that ever happened to me, ever, until I started saying, I love mystery packages. I love it. I love getting stuff in the mail. I love even more surprises in the mail. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate it, how much I love it. Like, what? There's a package here. I didn't order anything. What is this life? So yesterday, I walk up to my house. There's this package sitting there. I think in my mind, like, oh no, did I pre-order a book? Because sometimes you can pre-order books and you won't get them until they like launch. And that could be like 6 months. That could be a year. You could pre-order a book. So I was thinking in my head, like, did any of your pre-orders come up? Like, come on, what is this? So no. In fact, none of my pre-ordered books were ready to go. And it was this box. And so I open it up. I open this like beautiful box that just says, you've got this, right? And I'm like, wait, what? What is this? And I open it up and it's a mug, which like, duh, we know my mug culture is ridiculous, right? And the mug also says, you've got this. And there's no note. So whoever sent this to me, you should know that, one, you made my entire day and life. And two, like, I need to know who you are. It's driving me even crazier. Or do I even like mystery mail even more because of this, like, even included mystery of like, who even sent this? Where did this mystery mug even come from? I don't know, right? And so I like write stories of who it probably is, or who could this be? Who would even know my address? Who would know that I really needed a mug like this? Who would know? Who felt that in me, that they needed to send something to just keep pushing me, right? Like, who? Who did it? And I just think, this is just proof, right? That like, if you call things to existence, if you are just about the things that you are about, people will respond and love you for that. Like, should anyone in their right mind of minds send things to me just for the pure sake of just loving me and pushing me? No, but they do. Like, could I ever have dreamt that I was living in this world? No, but I am, right? Forever, I wanted to get mystery packages with like motivational things on them, right? And like, just in the last week, I got 4 gifts that align with that. And those aren't like, hey, it's my birthday. That's just people being beautiful people and showing up and knowing what you're about. Like that's a big deal. That's not someone I always was before. I really claimed hard to being about mostly nothing, just so I could kind of play on every court possible. Like, coach, just put me in. I don't even care where, right? And that's how passionate people act a lot. It's like, I just want to go do good. I just want to go do the thing. I don't really care. And while that gets you a lot of playing time, sometimes, eventually you realize that you didn't really sign up for anything. You signed up for everything. And that's a great way to get burnout real quick. Like, let me tell you. But here we are. This is a continued journey. This is a continued path. The great thing about receiving mystery mail isn't that like I get things, even though, wow, like how do you even know me so well? Although, how do you not know me so well? This is literally like my journal, essentially, on a podcast. But I want you to know that it's okay to like claim your stake in the ground. That being about something and just loving it wildly for no reason. Like, there's no reason that I have this obsession in my mind about this like eclectic mug collection. There's no one that told me that was a good idea. There's no one that's doing that has like a Mugs of Instagram. I'm sure there's a Mugs of Instagram, and I am going to go follow it today. But like, there's no one that put that in my head. That's just something that I just wanted, right? And so that's just something I'm about. I just love mugs because I love tea and warm drinks, especially in the winter. It is almost winter. I am just telling you, we are getting closer. It's supposed to spike up next week to higher temperatures, but I know I cannot be fooled. I know what's coming. Anyways, warm drinks, coffee mugs. These are all things that I'm about. And people know that, and as such, they know how to love me when they want to. And whoever sent this knocked it out of the park. You have no idea. Okay. If you want to see the mug, the box, the unboxing, the unveiling of the mystery mail, you can go over to my Instagram. It should still be in my stories. It's also up on my Facebook stories. And you can enjoy this mug as much as I do. So, take time, recognize yourself for your great thing. It will not go unnoticed in your daily life. I promise you this. It's a movement. It's a movement of you. It's a movement of the belief that you have that you maybe aren't great. We're shifting that today. Shift that belief. Move to a new you, a new world. Let's go. Okay, so let's dive in. Today's podcast is like meant to shake the world more than it has been recently. And I have debated this entire month whether or not to bring this podcast to life, whether or not to discuss this on my show, because I know at the end of the day, like, this could be one of the final straws. This could be one of the things that makes people stop listening. And I get it. And, dovetailing off of what we just talked about, I know, true to me, that it's okay to be about things. And it's okay for you to listen to this and then decide that this just isn't for you any longer. And so we're going to go there. We are. We have to. I can't put this off any longer. My sister-in-law and I have had many conversations about this, many deep, trying, and true conversations about this topic. And, I had told her, like, maybe you need to be the one that puts this out there, because really, like, I'm a pretty big public figure, and I'm really working on building my audience. Maybe you can wear this one, write a blog about it. And the conversation just kept coming up between her and I, and yesterday we both just decided that it has to happen this way, that I have to be the one to bring this out into the world, that this is part of my work. So, okay, we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to go here. We're going to go all the way in. It's October. It's nearing the end of October right now. And usually I don't date or timeline any of these podcasts, just so that you can flow freely through them. But this has to be said. So it's almost the end of October, and right around early October, right as we're starting to transition out of September, I start to notice a lot of flux, of pumpkin spice, of pumpkin, of like people loving pumpkin and like rushing out to their nearest Starbucks, and like there's a pumpkin culture, right? And people are just all about it. And I myself, I tried to join in. I've never tried a pumpkin spice latte. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Pumpkin creeps me out. It really creeps me out. The texture really weirds me out. I can't. I don't know if it was like a baby food thing, that it's a similar texture, but it's like thicker. I can't. I don't know. I kind of enjoy the pumpkin smell, but not when it's overwhelming. I can't do a full pumpkin. I could do like a half a pumpkin vanilla caramel type deal, but I couldn't do a full pumpkin. I really want to be a part of something. I want to be a part of something bigger than me. I want to be a part of the pumpkin movement, and I can't. I'm not about that life. Pumpkins are heavy. Like, even when you go to a pumpkin patch, I'm just like, how are you supposed to carry all these? And then they have the wagons, but then like it's rough terrain, people. And then the pumpkins are just bouncing around, and in my mind, I'm like, the pumpkins, you're gonna break the pumpkin. It's bouncing too much. This doesn't even make fiscal sense. We're going to be breaking pumpkins all day long, just gallivanting with them around in a wagon. This is crazy, right? And so I can't get there with pumpkins. And I've really tried. I'm telling you, I have tried. And I think more than anything, the reason that I can't get there with pumpkins is just, maybe it's the rebel in me that's just like, I'm not... Maybe I just can't be that girl. Maybe I just can't be a PSL girl. Pumpkin spice. Yeah, PSL. Maybe I can't be that person. And then I start to think, like, why can't you? Why can't you just choke down some pumpkin and be like everybody else? Suck it up, right? And then my sister-in-law made me realize that I can't be pumpkin. One, because I don't like it, but two, because I am here for the apple. The apple has gone completely unnoticed in the season. I am always filling my home with apple spice, apple, like it's fall. It's not even close to fall, but I see one leaf and I like run out. I'm like, where's the apple spice? Where are the things I need this scent in my life? Okay. Apple this. I remember back in the day, back in real 90s circa Bath and Body Works life, I had Macintosh apple everything. Body splash, glitter rolls. I don't think they made a deodorant, but for sure I had the body splash and the glitter rolls. I can remember. Okay. And it had to be the Macintosh apple. Okay. I was a crisp, clean apple type 90s babe. Okay. And this would serve me well through the 90s. Nobody was offended by my apple affinity, by my apple culture that I was trying to impress upon my young life. No one cared. And then all of a sudden this pumpkin movement came in, and it's all flannel and pumpkins and spice and everything nice. And like, I'm here for you, pumpkin people. I am here for you. But I also have to be here for the apples, okay? Because I'm an apple person myself, because it's important that they have a voice too, and that it's not from a judgy place, okay, pumpkins? Here's the thing. We just want to live with you, okay? We're not all about what you're about. We're not. We can't be, okay? But we want to exist too, okay? It can't just be PSL, pumpkin-flavored coffee and hot chocolate and all the things. Like, I don't even know if that exists, but like, okay, it can't just be that. Because like, where PSLs get really cool Instagram feeds and they get in a Starbucks cup, and then like apple cider's just like hanging out over here in some weird silver container that looks like it was at the bottom of a church step for 20 years that they just busted out, and then they poured some ridiculous apple cider in it, and they're like, we have apple cider, and you get like a nasty little styrofoam cup to barely drink your gross apple cider from. Like, give us a Starbucks cup too. We want to live. We want to fall with everybody. But like, here you sit, putting the pumpkin up on a pedestal when like the apple should be there too. Okay? We deserve more than a weird church styrofoam cup. Give us more. We shouldn't be judged as we sit at tables with you, as you're like all in your fall vibes and you're taking cute pics. We shouldn't be judged that we chose apple cider, that we chose to go to an apple orchard instead of a pumpkin patch, right? That we chose that lifestyle. And you know what? In order to just exist in the world as it works, we went to the pumpkin patch too. We're doing things for you. We just, as apple people, we just want a little love back, right? Like, we want to be about what we're about and not feel the judgment from the pumpkin people. We just want to live. We just want to drink apple cider. We just want a little more love for the apple culture as it sits. It's vital. It's important. My sister-in-law speaks about being judged, and no wonder we're being judged. Here, like, pumpkin drinks get whipped cream and caramel and sometimes even roasted chestnuts or like carameled pecans. I mean, come on. You're living your best life just having all the pumpkin drinks, and then you're like, I don't know. I've done this before. I'm not going to lie. All these proud pumpkin people are coming up in the line and they're like, oh, I'll have the PSL. Oh, I'll have the pumpkin carameled whipped creamed lifestyle, please, with the like extra hold the foam, extra caramel drizzles. Give me all that goodness. And then I'm like walking up and I'm like, oh, I'll have the spiced apple cider. And they're like, that's 5 cents, and it's in the back. You can pour your own glass. And then they like chuck a styrofoam glass at you, and styrofoam doesn't even fly, and so it awkwardly like bounces in the air when you try to catch it, and then it makes this big scene, and everybody's aware that you chose apple cider, right? And they make fun of you for life. Because this is how that conversation goes. And I know, because I've been in the conversation, okay? Oh my gosh, do you not like pumpkin? Right? And I'm making like the worst face ever. If you're on live, you're seeing it. Do you not like pumpkin? And then you're like, listen, I'm not against pumpkin. Okay? It's not for me. It's not my thing. I don't like it. And instantly, like, you set off just this backlog of people who are just in disbelief. They're in disgust. They can't even believe that you would take such a stance that you wouldn't like pumpkin. And then they start going down, like, listing all the bazillion pumpkin things that exist. And you're like, I really just, listen, I hear you. I'm here for it. And, like, listen, I'm not here for many things pumpkin, but if you put pumpkin bars in front of me and there is a significant amount of cream cheese frosting on them, I will eat the entire thing. Okay? That is one thing that I'm about, a good pumpkin bar. But if you go light on the cream cheese frosting, I won't have anything to do with it. Okay. Anyways, so then they list all these things and you're like, guy, I've wanted to be a part of it. I'm all for it, but, like, I'm not. I'm apple. I'm not pumpkin. And we shouldn't have to live in this world, right? Where you have to be one extreme or the other, where you have to live here. But I'm telling you, there is an issue that we're not talking about. And that's how drastically mistreated the apple is in the fall season. Okay? It deserves better. It really does. And I hope that this sparks a million conversations around the importance of inclusive delivering of apple cider, of apple drinks, of apple and pumpkin. Not everybody's for pumpkin. Oh, I know, that's so hard because there's so many shirts and, like, I want to wear the shirt under my flannel with my boots, with, like, my boot socks. I really do, but I can't. I need an apple cider shirt. Where are the apple cider shirts? Where is the apple cider culture? Okay, this morning I was like, oh, getting my tea ready in my mug, and I'm like, you know what? No. It's apple cider time, people. Right? Apple pie, apple crunch, apple crisp, apple life. Come on. Are there bad things that include apples? Trying to think of them in my head. Nope. There's not. Okay. And the only reason that I brought it here is because I feel like even more than I've been falling victim to this, it sounds like my sister-in-law really has. And I try to speak for people who feel like maybe they don't have a voice, feel like they can't put the words together right to say it. And this is it. This is where I stand. I like apple. I like apple everything. Apple cider is my hot fall drink of choice. You heard it here first. I stand firm in that. No, I will not try your pumpkin spice anything. I will not try your pumpkin latte. I will not try your pumpkin pie. I will not be swayed on this. Okay, I told you where I stand on pumpkin. Pumpkin bars, good. Everything else, not. And that's just who I am. Right? And I want people to know that it's okay. It's okay to be about the apple cider. You do not have to feel ashamed. You know what? Actually, everyone who treats apple cider like that, who puts it in the crusty container to pour for themselves, who don't make it as good of an experience as pumpkin, shame on you. You should feel ashamed. Apple choosers should not. We should have the same cups. We should have the same ability to order a fresh, hot, steamy, beautiful drink as everyone else. Do not put Apple in the corner. Bring her back out. She's good. She's good for fall. I can't be here for pumpkin. I can't. But I can be here for apple. And I will continue fighting for apple because she has long gone without the recognition that she deserves. Period. And I can't stand for it anymore. You should be able to choose the things that you love without the harsh judgment, without someone trying to force their opinion and their fall flavors on you. Period. We chose the dingy styrofoam cup. And I will gladly choose it again. And I understand that it is free at most venues. But I am telling you, if anyone wants to get ahead of this movement for next fall, I am going to call the Apple comeback. Right now, it's 2020. Fall is almost done. And Apple received very little recognition. Very little. We are still styrofoam cups at the weird corner of the shop. Okay? But I am telling you, next year, next fall, 2021, the Apple. You don't sleep on that apple. Apple orchard culture is going to come back. Apple drinks are going to start finding their way out of the darkness and into the mainstream. People are starting to get a little bit burnt out on PSL, on that pumpkin culture. I'm telling you, you heard it here first. I am calling the 2021 revival of the Apple. All things. Okay? There's about to be a shift, Apple people. And if you are an Apple people, you be sure to let me know that I am not alone, that my sister-in-law is not alone, that we will forever choose together the apple cider. It is the premier fall drink. Premier. And I am telling you right now, timestamp it. I'm going to write it on my calendar over here. It's going to happen. You're going to see it. People are going to be so here for the apple, it's crazy. Right? And we're going to get shirts. And we're going to get real cups that we can Instagram about, that we can be proud of. Like, oh, drinking my apple spice cider. Right? And like it has a logo on it even. It's going to happen. And the only way that this stuff starts to happen is that people start to take stands. And they're proud to be an Apple person. And they wear that proudly even though there's nothing to wear. Even though there's nothing claiming your Apple independence. But we can start. We can start it. We can bring our own classes. Right? And you know what? Kind of cool. Right now, apple cider, I don't know. Usually it's kind of the free item of choice at any given fall event. Right? They're up here propping pumpkin up on a pedestal and they're charging like $20 a cup. Cool. Just bought 12 apple ciders for your one pumpkin spice, whatever you got. Cool. Right? This is how we change it. We start having these conversations. We start fighting these battles. And not that the world needs any more division. I'm just saying we can all live together. Pumpkins, apples, leaves, boots, leggings, boot socks, flannels. Let's go, fall. But please stop leaving the apple out. Please stop leaving your friends out who choose apple. Please stop trying to force them to be pumpkin. We're not going pumpkin. We're apple. Okay? And we've been apple since day one. Since the 1990s when Macintosh apple smell came out. Okay? We're apple. And you can be pumpkin. We just want to be there together. So, I hope you enjoyed just a little bit of fun today because seriously, let's all just laugh. As always, you're smart, you're strong, you're beautiful. What are you going to do? Change the world. And champion apples.